Hey everyone, this might be my most favorite time of planner launch season of the entire year, and that is the Moxie Life release. Okay, so today we get to go through all the planners. I'm gonna walk through the different ones that I have. I don't have the entire lineup. I actually didn't request the entire lineup because I have used this planner long enough that I know exactly what I wanted to talk about. I do have some from it's just, I didn't get the horizontal layouts, but I do have a horizontal layout from last year that I'll show you. It didn't change, thank goodness. I mean, I don't know how a planner could get a more perfect layout than Moxie Life has. It's seriously like perfection. There are some really exciting new things like the daily. I'm so excited about the daily. But let me just give you the dates for now. So you may go on the website on Sunday on the 14th and see that it is password protected. You won't be able to get in. They're putting all the products up. So if you want to take a peek today, I think they have like pictures of the new products up, but you won't be able to purchase until the release date. Those of you who are Club Moxie members, you'll actually get the first option to shop, and that will be on Monday the 15th. So yeah. I mean, the only way to get in on that day is if you were in Club Moxie last year, which was, this year. It was like this amazing group of people who were together to work on mindset and goals together. It was really incredible. There's actually a Club Moxie 2.0, I think, starting in January. So keep an eye out for that if that's something that you're interested in. It was really, really neat. So the people who were part of that group will get first dibs of all the products. The next day is Tuesday the 16th, and this will actually be anyone who's signed up for their email list. You get VIP access, so you'll be able to purchase next. That could be you. Like, go ahead, I'll have a link below to go to their website and sign up. They don't send a ton of emails out. Like, I'm not getting bombarded with things, so don't feel afraid to sign up for this mailing list, and you might as well get first dibs. Last year, their planners sold out, like some of them in the first few hours. So you definitely want to be on this list if possible. They didn't have this option last year, so I think it's really neat. I know that they ordered more planners. They're just new. Like, this is their third year of selling products, and so it's hard probably to gauge the amount of interest. And last year, I think they majorly increased the numbers from the first year, and it sold out super fast. They just weren't expecting it. So again, I think they upped their numbers of planners that they've ordered again, but you know, they're still new, and I hope they have enough for everyone, but just in case, I would for sure sign up for the email list. So I will link that below where you can sign up for it, and yeah, you for sure want to do that. So, and then for the general public, the release will be Wednesday the 17th. I am not sure on the time, but if I find that out, I'll let you know. Yeah, there will be no passwords to the store at this point. So the other 2 days there actually will be passwords to be able to log in with those different options. All right, so now that we got the dates out of the way, let me talk to you a little bit about Moxie Life. So I was pretty new to Instagram when Sierra first launched Moxie Life. And I think I had under 1,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram. I just feel super grateful to Sierra that she gave me a chance at the beginning, and that I've been able to be a part of this incredible community and watch so many of the members experience such huge changes with this system. But not only that, it's been so fun to watch Moxie Life grow and change and develop and bring on new products and, you know, really create these very, like, nearly perfect planners. It's true. This year especially. So this was actually my first planner through Moxie Life, and I think it could possibly be the only planner I've actually stayed in for an entire year. I didn't stray. And I love looking back at this because I used the goal system to its fullest almost every single week. This was the year that It's so fun to look at some of my intentions for this year. My goal this year was steadfast, and I knew I was starting nursing school just a few months after starting this planner, and now I'm working on my final semesters, and I graduate in 6 months, and I'm like, this planner was like a big tool and reason that I've been able to survive. The most incredible thing about the Moxie Life system is the goals. It's the goal setting system and the program that Sierra has set up within her planner. So instead of having a separate planner or a separate project management notebook that you're working through, you actually take your goals and those things that you want to work on, and you put them into every day and every week and every month, every quarter and every year, and you are working through those in real time. And they don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to be, there's no real rules to it. But I think it's so important to have it as something that you're looking at every day, to keep those at the forefront of your mind. I can't remember the date that it said that most people lose sight of their goals of the year, their New Year's resolutions. It's like February 15th, I think. But when you're using a system like this, you don't forget about them. You write them in every week. And a lot of my goals, especially in this planner, were the same week to week to week to week to week. Like, I didn't change them a lot. But the point, like writing them down, getting them on paper, kind of re-instilled those values and goals and things that were important to me each time I wrote them down, and I recommitted. Another big difference between the Moxie Life system versus some other popular goal setting systems that are out there is that Sierra wants you to hop right into your goal. She wants you to get started. She doesn't want there to be like a long drawn out prep work. She did like this prep work you could finish in a sitting. Like, you really, really could. Easy hour. And now that I have done it for a while, I feel like I could even get through faster than that. Every month, I would say that I probably spend another 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if my goals are changing or if I feel like I want to keep them the same. Every week, 15 minutes. Like, I really don't feel like I spend more than 15 to 30 minutes a week on my goals. And then it's a way to take these huge big picture goals and break them down into smaller and smaller and smaller goals. But it also takes these different aspects of your life and makes sure that even though you have like a clear focus and a big thing that you're working on, like for me, nursing school, Moxie Life kept me centered and grounded in those other things that are equally important, like my family, my faith, my health. And where nursing school could have come in and kind of put a big cloud or, made things feel very imbalanced, Moxie Life keeps all aspects of your life pretty balanced. And if you're doing great in one system, like my relationship with my husband or, those things that I feel like are going really well, Moxie Life kept me from allowing nursing school to take that over too. And I was able to really nurture that relationship with my husband, even though my time had to be shifted in different locations. So I just loved it. I loved it. So anyway, here's my first year. This still to this day is probably my favorite cover that Moxie Life has ever put out. I love this cover. It could be that yellow is my favorite color. So, but I just loved it. It's like, I never got sick of this cover. I never did. I never wanted to switch it. I actually had the blue one too. It was the same, but with a blue background. And I never wanted to switch this out. Like, I love this yellow one. It's so pretty. So this year, I actually used Moxie Life a little bit differently. I still use it as my main squeeze. It's still like my most important planner. But I also, because I loved it so much the year before, I wanted to make sure that this was a keepsake that I would love to look at in the future. So I actually started adding pictures to it, stickers, decorating it a little bit more, and used it in conjunction with a daily planner. So it's a lot thicker, the one that I've used this year, than the year before. You can tell it's about, like twice as thick. and that's because I've just added so many things into it. And this is actually how I plan to use it next year. Just for example, I pulled one up, but I have like my plans in there along with pictures and different, like, these are actually news stories that I wanted to remember that happened that day, and I just printed them out and put them in here. So it became really special to me. And also my goals, I got really personal with them in here, and I've been working on things that have a lot to do with my mental health and my family and my faith, and things that, you know, are very special and spiritual and maybe personal. And so I haven't shared my goals as much on my account from this planner, because these ones were really, really important to me. And this planner has become like a complete treasure. And although it was a treasure this year even more so, because I put thoughts into it, pictures, and really my heart and soul as I journaled and shared the things that were important to me. I started doing more reflections and journaling this year. That's the page next to your weekly actions. Where the year before, I really used that as a tool. I used it for a lot of meal planning, a lot of like different lists of things I wanted to get done that week. And both are amazing. Both are great ways to use that page. But because this became so personal and I started sharing things really from my heart that, you know, that I may not feel safe enough to share to the general public, I shared a little less of this planner, but it became even more important to me this year. So these are my two from past years, from their year 1 and year 2. And now we can get started on year 3, which you probably wanted me to start with right away, but I just wanted to share how much I love this company. There really isn't another planner company that has felt so near and dear to my heart. I love a lot of planner companies and I use a lot, but I'm not really a keeper of planners. I don't save them. They are functional. They help me keep things in line and on track. But Moxie Life really speaks to my heart, and it's something that's near and dear to me. Not only because of the tool and the things that I've been able to accomplish because of these, I almost get emotional looking at these thinking, there's my 2 years of nursing school that have been probably the hardest 2 years of my life. And they're in here. These 2 planners hold my nursing school, and the struggles and the challenges and the accomplishments and the overcoming of those hard things, they're in here. I don't know why I'm getting emotional over this, but it's been hard. It's been hard. I love Moxie Life because of that. But I also love Moxie Life because I love the people who put these planners out. And in ways that other planner brands couldn't, the people who work here know their customers, and they're aware, and they're aware of my goals, and they are cheering me on, and I see them cheering other people on who don't have bigger Instagram accounts and who aren't reviewers and who aren't people that they're trying to get to share their planners. They care about all of them. All of them, they really do. Sierra, Darian, Sarah, Christy, all these people have become friends of mine, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I feel like a special connection to them, but I think everyone who uses their planner does. And it's not fake. It's a sincere love and relationship. And that is something that you get by using a brand like this that is smaller and was started not for like the planner system, which was kind of a bonus, but to help you improve your life and to change your mindset. And I just think it's such a special thing that they have. Okay, so now it's time to actually look at the new stuff. I'm really excited, you guys. I think in my first planner review, when I was reviewing this one, I said, you know, this would be the most amazing planner if I could just get it on a standard coil. I think I have things to show you. So let's flip the camera around and get started. I'm super excited. So we're gonna start off with the flagship planner. If you ordered one of these last year, you'll notice that the box is the same, which I kind of love. I don't think that there is this sturdy of a box sold with any planner that I've received before. It's a really, really sturdy box. It's big enough, these are kind of chunky planners, so it's big enough to hold one of the chunky planners inside. This is the cover that I chose. They have this beautiful floral that matches all of the other planners if you want to like do a pairing. I almost got that one. Sometimes I still wish I would have got that one, but I do really I really love the neutrality of this chevron cover. I love the cute little heart, which in Sierra's planner signifies like gratitude. And so I really, really love this cover. One thing you may notice compared to years past is that this Wire-O coil is actually a little brighter than in years past, if you can tell the difference between these two. It's a little brighter, maybe a little bit more on like the yellow side, and it also is more matte. I like them both. I think they're both really pretty. They're both kind of a coppery color. If you didn't have them both like next to each other, I probably wouldn't have even have noticed the differences, but there definitely is a difference between the two. This year's also feels a little thicker and a little bit more substantial. So definitely an upgrade there with the coil. So this is the vertical layout. I'm gonna also show you a horizontal layout in a second, but we'll walk through the system here. So obviously the flagship comes in the box. You get the Wire-O binding. This is a pretty chunky planner and it is a full year dated, and it also has your goal system in it. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. You have the signature diagonal stripes, which I believe is in all of their planners. And then you have your name page. I always like to do a comparison of the year before. So this is the previous year. It's pretty much the same. The fonts are a little less bold. I actually love this. One thing Sierra did this year with the design, her design is already pretty neutral. It's pretty non-gender specific, but she went a little bit more neutral this year, a little, even like some things like scallop she took out and made them a little bit less gender, like it's very gender neutral. Anyone could use these planners. You have a letter from Sierra. She talks about why she named it Moxie and what it means. And Moxie means energy, pep, courage, determination, and know-how. Here she talks about getting started, and it goes through her goal setting system here, which I know a lot of us are new, but it's a pretty simple system. I'm gonna go through it as we walk through it, but there's a compass assessment where you kind of assess where you are right now, and then you make your goals and you break them down into smaller and smaller steps throughout the year. Here she talks about the features that are in the planner. You have weekly notes pages, which in my first year, I used this mostly for lists. I would make lists of things I needed to do for my sticker shop. I would make lists of things I needed to buy, make lists of meal plans. But it's also an incredible place each week to reflect and journal and think about what went right and what went wrong during the week and make some changes. This talks about the gratitude heart and the importance of having daily gratitude and gratitude within your life. There's habit tracking in here, and there are also weekly tips, and these are amazing. They come from Sierra and her time as being a life coach, which she's done for corporations and individuals for like a decade. So anyway, this is just a really great thing to read through, and so I actually really recommend going through and reading her letters and her, couple pages of getting started. It's a really great place to learn how to use the system, but it's also full of like incredible knowledge. So I took notes here. I wrote kind of like titles for each of these things so I could quickly turn to them if I ever needed to reference it. And I highlighted obviously in color. So I would recommend, you don't have to do it like this, but I do recommend reading it and getting to know the system. Okay, the next page is actually the life compass. This is where you score yourself before setting your goals and intentions. You actually will want to turn, well, read through this first. Then you'll want to turn to this page. This is the assessment scoring. So you're going to go through, and in these different areas of your life, like this is health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial, physical environment. You're going to go through this quiz and score yourself on these different areas and different items, and then take an average of your scores and put them here. Then with those averages, you come back here and you'll mark on the life compass where you currently are, and you can shade it in or do it however you want. I usually do my, by usually I mean the past couple of years I've done mine with stripes like this. I want to still see the color, and so that was just a fun way to score it. I've seen some people do dot markers to mark where they are, and then this just gives you a great overview and idea of what areas you might want to set goals in. You don't have to. Like, my work and learning was really high. My score was high, but that also was the area that I'm currently working on at nursing school. It was a huge focus of the year, even though my score was high, where things like fun and recreation were ranked really low. I think that was my lowest score, and I honestly didn't have time for it, and I knew that that was gonna stay low. Unfortunately, like it wasn't something that I could work on a lot this year. I worked on it a little. You don't wanna let any of the areas of life go, but I knew with those two that there wasn't gonna be a ton of change, and I was okay with it. My focus was more keeping my work and learning high, making sure fun and recreation did not fall any lower than it already was, and then make sure that these areas were also improving and or not failing, as I had such a keen focus on my nursing school this year. The next page is your intention page. So you take what you've learned through the assessment and the scoring and the life compass, and you start to write some intentions, like, what could I use more of this year? What could I use less of? What characteristics would I like to nurture this year? Habits that you wanted to develop. This year I will become more, I will do less, I will give myself grace for, I will let go of, I will embrace. And then you can write your word of the year and what your word means to me. I love setting a word of the year. It's really important to me every year. I actually, for the past 2 years, I kept my word of the year because it became so special to me. I put my word of the year on a necklace that I wear at all times. And my word of the year was actually steadfast. So here you can see my intentions page, and I kept that for 2 years. It's a word to me that means just not stopping even when it feels hard, to stay strong and focused on the things that are important to me, and to not give up. And that's been a huge, important part of my life the past couple of years. I am changing it this year because nursing school is ending and I'm having some changes in my life. I am working on a new word, and I have a few in mind. So the next part is more awesome advice coming from Sierra, the life coach, on setting goals. So it talks about committing to goals, reviewing goals, and removing goals. And I love that she gives grace and compassion for those of us who set goals that are not realistic, and that allows us to remove them. She says your circumstances, obligations, resources, and focus can change a lot in a year, and that is so true. I had some goals that I set when I was starting nursing school, not understanding the magnitude of nursing school and how all-encompassing it can be, that I had to let go of. And I just loved that I looked back on this and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if maybe we set goals that aren't gonna work, or sometimes life throws us some major curveballs and we end up moving. We have a death in the family. We have a loss of a job that we thought we were going to be, cultivating this year. And when those things come, it is so important that we don't give up on goals, but we review, we change, and we nurture nurtured the change. So here she talks about writing good goals, and I love this page. Really good tips here on setting goals. I highly recommend. And here's some more. In Sierra's system, she has 3 different types of goals. One is stretch goals, one's progress goals, and maintenance goals. So stretch goals are big. Like, you really don't want to set more than 1 to 3 every year. These might be things like go to nursing school or start a business. Progress goals are things that you're working on, things that you desire for each of those areas of your life. So this is probably where the majority of your time and energy will go. This is cultivating relationships with the family, cultivating your spirituality, cultivating different things that becoming the person that you want to be here. Maintenance goals are goals to keep on track with what you're already doing. So I have been tracking macros for 2 to 3, 4, I don't even know how long. And it is something that's really important to me, and I want to continue doing it. So that would be a maintenance goal for me. Also my water and my date nights and different things that I have been doing for years that I want to make sure that I continue to do. They're really important to me. So that's a maintenance goal. Within the Moxie Life system, you set goals constantly. And that might sound intimidating, but it actually makes it so much easier. So at the beginning of the year, we all love, I think a lot of us, especially as planner girls, love to set New Year's resolutions. And here we'll be setting annual goals at the beginning of the year. We'll take those annual goals and chunk them down into monthly goals. So she has steps on how to do that here. And then after that, you take those monthly goals and set them into weekly actions. And so you'll do these every month, you'll do these every week, and take your annual goals into little chunks, things that don't seem intimidating, that will help you work towards those big, big goals. And then she has here a list of weekly reflections questions that you can do on your weekly notes page This is one of my favorite pages. On the first year, she didn't have this in the planner. She added it in last year. It's a great resource, just different things to consider when you're setting your goals in the different areas. So, for example, you might not be religious, and so maybe setting spiritual and personal growth goals is tough to think of what you might want to do. So she puts in here that it could be religion, faith, prayer, but it also could be meditation, nature, charity. It might be journaling, acts of service, compassion for others. So she gives you ideas of goals that you might set in that area. Really, really great resource. Okay, I have to be honest. This page I didn't end up using this year, but it's a place where you can mind map ideas and goals for the year. If you just want to think it out on paper, you can do that here. Or honestly, you can use it for whatever you want. But that's the intention of this page. Mine is blank because I didn't end up using this page. I think I will this year as I'm finishing nursing school and I need to think of new, I feel so excited about goals this year because I feel like it's wide open. I could do so many things. If you can see this page, I highlighted some of the areas that I thought would make good goals. Okay, this is a place where you can set your annual goals in each area of your life. I know some goal setting systems discourage too many goals being set. Like some want you to set 8, some want you to set 4. Sierra doesn't limit it, and she gives tons of space. And I think the reason for that is a lot of the other goal setting systems are thinking of these giant goals, the big, big goals that you want to accomplish. And Sierra teaches that, all the sizes of goals, all the maintenance, all those different goals are important. And this is where you can list some of them. I'm going to show you how I did it this last year. I obviously, did it kind of cutesy, but I wrote down the title here and then did a little mini mind map. So I guess I did kind of do that for each of these goals. I wrote down some important things to me in each of these areas, and then a focus for the area, and then some ideas of goals that I wanted to accomplish this year. So here you can see some of the different goals I set. So you have the 8 different areas on these 2 pages, gives you plenty of room. This is a vision board. Now, you probably just saw my vision board and you're like, holy crap. I did this in Illustrator. You could do it in Canva, and it's just a big sticker page that I printed. You could glue a paper in. It was easier for me to do it this way. It's fun to see some of my goals. We did end up going to Disney World this year, and it was a blast. Did a little less of the family time than I wanted to. That's gonna be important. CrossFit, was this, more Disney. Scripture study and nursing and different things that, that were important to me. And this is my word of the year, and I put the scripture that it goes along with, be steadfast and immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. I really love this page. I'll probably do something similar again this year. Some more goal setting quick tips here, which are really, really great. Again, highly recommend looking through that. And then you have your monthly. So I love the simplicity of her monthlies, and she does have monthly colors, but they're so neutral. You could use really any, if you want to use sticker kits, like anything would work in here. She has really, really thoughtful, great quotes. I am someone who loves quotes, so I actually love them. But she has holidays in here. She has a little note section over here with the next month's calendar. It's really neutral. The lines are really light, but there. The main changes are the month is a much more neutral font. It's not quite as bold. There's no year listed there either. You do have the year on the little calendar down here, which looks the same. The numbers are the same. The colors are the same. The font for the quote is the same. Everything else remained the same except for the January, and most importantly, there is no more diagonal stripes. These drove me nuts because I don't like anything full bleed in a planner. Full bleed means that the design goes off the page. It's just hard to cover up. This went all the way into the coil, which it wasn't like a huge deal, obviously, but it was something that irritated me. And this year you have an even cleaner slate. I love it so much. So here is the January goals page. Now this is the dated one, so it does say January right here, which is so nice. Last year it said monthly goals with a January underneath it. Last year you also had this cute little scallop and a flag, and then the focus and half a line to write the focus. So keep that in mind. The changes this year are the scallop is now just a circle, which is much more gender neutral. The colored line goes completely across. There's no cutesy flag or anything like that. The quote is still the same fonts and sizes and everything, but I love the changes here, much more neutral. And again, no more diagonal stripe across it, which I was never a huge fan of that. The next page will be your reflections page. This is, honestly, you could use it for anything. I've had, like I said, weeks that I use this for meal planning. I would say that's probably, if I didn't use it for reflections, meal planning is probably the most common thing that I would use it for. It's dot grid. So this is one of my favorite pages for a couple of reasons. First, because I've been using this for journaling, it's been so fun to look back on. But I also love the little tips that Sierra brings in. So for this first week, for example, some of them are the same as last year, some of them have changed, but I would read them. They kind of go along with the time of year that it is, and I don't know, they're just really amazing. So for example, the first week says, dedicating 10 to 15 minutes a week to set your goals will give you more control, balance, and fulfillment in your life. Set yourself up for success by determining the day and time that works best for you in your lifestyle to sit down and write out your goals, schedule it in advance, and commit to investing in yourself. So I love that. Up here, she has that, she didn't have this last year, but it says the questions that you can use for reflections, like reflect on what wins, what worked, what didn't work, lessons learned, and adjustments needed. So you can use that throughout the week. This is one of my favorite changes here. I used to make stickers for this page because unless you had it memorized what little color went with what, it was, I couldn't remember. Like every week I do this and I still can't remember. So she now has them labeled with the different areas of life. Last year she had these cute little scallops and flags. And the icons in there, but you guys, I still couldn't. I always knew green was financial. There's a little piggy bank, but I don't know, some of the others I couldn't remember what meant what. And so yeah, I had to label them every week. So now they're labeled. We don't have to do that anymore. And again, no more scallops, no more flags. It's just a straight line with a circle. So I really, really love this new design. Nothing changed with the weeks. So these are exactly the same as they were the year before. You have a vertical layout that is the same width as like an Erin Condren. So all stickers that work in the Erin Condren Life Planner work in here. It's an inch and a half if I remember right. You have a little area up here that is blank that you can put, like I usually use it for weather, but you could put birthdays or whatever you want here. She has the dates. A section down here that is not shaded. I think it was shaded the first year if I remember right. And then you have habits you can do over here in a little notes section. So you can break down your weekly goals even more into daily habits with checklists. So if you're interested in the horizontal layout, by the way, there's like no time, nothing on here. It's a blank slate. She does have new washi that you can also order that will label the time here, which I think is amazing. And this is the horizontal. So the horizontal, the date is, and that's the same here, the date here coincides with the month that it is. So it's blue here for the January. This is March. So you have, it's green, the date's in green. This is so you have just a blank square here with line that's lined, and then a blank non-lined section here, your gratitude heart. Your holidays look like this, a notes section, and habits here. If you're interested in the horizontal, this is what the layout looks like. So after each week, you have a notes page, goals, planning system, notes page, goals, and the planning system. Notes page, goals, planning system, note page, goals, planning system. And then you get to the end of the month, and this is monthly reflections. Reflections are so important to be able to think about the goals that you're making and if they're working for you, and maybe changes that you might want to make. So, and then you'll mark your overall satisfaction. So you do that at the end of each month. At the end of each quarter, it's a little different, and you have your monthly reflections, but you also have a quarterly compass where you can go back. That initial Life Compass ranking, you can actually download from their website and redo this if you want, or if you just want to write how you feel about each area, you can do that too. So you'll put the previous numbers from the beginning of the year, and then, or the quarter before, and then your current numbers, and then talk about, you know, what you might want to change to get those to be working for you. And you have a notes page too at the end of the quarterly compass. And in the back you have some extras. And then for the extras, you have this cute 2-year at a glance. The months are in the different colors, the Moxie Life colors. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lined notes pages. You have folder, which is really nice. And then you have a sticker sheet. So there's also a sticker book that is available, and it will have more of these stickers that you can use throughout the year. And then you have a little accordion. Also, this one's really nicely like laminated coated here in the back. That is huge. And a strap. So I love this planner so much, you guys. I highly recommend getting it. But now let's talk about some of their new products, like the newer than new products. We'll go through these a little bit faster. And just some extra stats about this planner. It is a 7x9 wire binding. There are 4 different covers available. There's this one, there are 2 artist series, and then one that is similar to this cover from last year, except it is like wood grain here and it looks like a surfboard. It's super cute. They are $76, and the paper is so amazing. It's 120 GSM. It's bright white. It's recycled. I love this paper equally to Erin Condren's, but they are different. Erin Condren has some tooth to it, but it is a little slicker than Erin Condren paper. It's not slick like plum paper though. It's like sits in between. It's a beautiful, beautiful paper. All of the flagship planners on the back have the red plated Moxie Life with the foiled Moxie Life name. I love that she doesn't put like Moxie Life right here and it's on the back. It always bothers me when like planners have a big plate here with their name. I don't know why. I just want to see, we know what planner we're using. I don't feel like it needs to be labeled, but I love it on the back. So cute. So this one, I'm so excited. So excited about because of this. I remember when I was first reviewing this the first year, I said, if I could just have this planner with a standard coil, it would be the most perfect planner of all time. So this is the undated 6-month weekly planner. This is also a 7x9. It has a standard spiral coil and it is available in 2 different luxe leather, faux leather covers. So it has this blush pink and then there's a taupe as well. This again has the same paper, same goal setting system inside, but there are a couple differences because it's undated. I don't have a problem with undated because I use stickers. I don't mind that at all. So it has the same beginning. I'm not gonna go through it all again with you. And then you get to the first month. I actually tried out some of my sticker sheets in here and they work great. But let me get to a month that I haven't used. So on here, it's just blank here. It doesn't say anything. So honestly, if you're a sticker user, you don't have to white anything out. It's really nice. And here it says monthly goals instead of saying the month. And here it will say weekly actions. It doesn't have the week number like a dated planner would. But everything else is exactly the same. There's no date here, which again, if you're a sticker user, that really doesn't matter. Everything else is exactly the same. You have the same coaching tips down here. You have just everything that is available in the other planner. You, again, in the back, you have another sticker sheet. Here is something that is given. So these, if you can tell, you probably cannot, but written, they're clear with writing in white with the months. So you can take, and they're super nice stickers. So you can take those, and I actually used the first month to show you. So this is the daily quick peek, but you can put the sticker in there and label your months. And so it looks so classy and nice. The cover is not flexible, it's stiff. So if you're used to like the Erin Condren faux leather, theirs is like really pliable. This one is stiff, like chipboard. One thing, it does make it, sometimes because it is stiff, it does get like stuck, but they do go around. It's just, you know, a little stiff, but beautiful. So these are 6 months. And the reason for that is because the goal setting system is in here, it would just have been too thick for this kind of coil. Like they just didn't make it big enough. There's a strap on here as well. And I love the texture. I don't know if you can see that. If not, I'll put a picture in that will show it a little bit more. This is a beautiful blush. It's not too pink. I'm not really a pink person normally, but I love this. It's a very neutral pink. It has like very, very neutral tones to it. Isn't that pretty? And then it has the embossed Moxie Life. All right, you guys, and here's the thing that I think most of you are the most excited about because it's different and the biggest change to the Moxie Life lineup. It's a daily planner, and it's not only a daily planner, but it's an A5 daily planner, so it's just so cute and little, and I love it. Same faux leather covers here that are stiff. See how they kind of get stuck a little bit. I mean, it's not a big deal. I leave my planner open, but it is a little like not as easy to turn as like an Erin Condren cover. I will say the Erin Condren covers, I have one right here. They do fit this perfectly. You can tell the Erin Condren covers don't go out as far as the Moxie Life one. So when you hook this on, you can see that it lines up almost perfectly with the tabs. And so they won't be like as protected as this really protects the tabs. But I don't mind that. I feel like these tabs are really sturdy. So if you have Erin Condren A5 covers, they will work perfectly on this. You'll have to uncoil or, you know, snip this off, which
destroy it if you did that probably, but yeah, if you are dying to use these, you can. I was planning on doing that actually because I love these covers, but I really like the look of these and I think I'm gonna keep it. The 7x9 covers from Erin Condren do not fit the 7x9 Moxie Life coil. They have 1-2 little holes here, so you could punch it if you want to and then you could use it, but right now, like how they come, they would not work. So let's get started with this one. Again, the goal setting system is the same. These are quarterly. They are the same paper, 120 GSM bright white. These are $58 for a quarter. They do not have weekly coaching tips included in this one. If you want to just have the Moxie Life stickers in here, they do sell a sticker kit that will label all of these numbers and will put the date here. So with this one, there are actually 4 different covers available for the front. You have this beautiful teal. There is a salmon color that matches the plate on the back of this, so it's a salmon color like this. It also looks really cute with the floral cover that's available. If you were to get like the floral cover plus the red, they're just a really cute combo. And then there is a taupe. This is a really neat idea. I obviously have already marked January. I'm not starting in it already. I really want this to go with the new year. But you have your monthly goals, you have your weekly actions, and again, the tips are not down here. I think there just needed to be more space. And this is like my favorite thing. So at the beginning of every week, you actually have a weekly layout. So this could be your weekly and your daily if that is something you would like to do. They have, so Monday through Saturday or Sunday here, and then a week of and a focus. You can fill that out here. And then this is what the dailies look like. You have a huge to-do list. You have date and focus, your top 3 or whatever you want to, this could be your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It could be anything that you want. And then you have a undated schedule area over here. It has a time slot and then a blank lines. And then dot grid, and then 3 different shaded boxes, which you could use again for like top 3, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 different areas of your life. So many ways that you can use this. It's a beautiful layout. And then you have that for 7 days. It is undated, obviously. And then at the end of every month, you get the same monthly reflections. And then because these are quarterly, at the end of this book, you actually have a quarterly assessment section, like its own section, where you can do your quarterly assessment, and then you have extras. So you have future plans in this book, that's not in the other one, and you have some dot grid notes pages. Again, you get the stickers to label, you get your folder that's so cute and small, and another sticker page, and then the accordion book, and a strap. So I'm super excited about this. Super excited about this. I'm not gonna go into this too much, but if you're in a planning system that you just love and you don't want to switch over to Moxie Life, you can actually use their goal setting system just through these companion notebooks. So these come in a set of 4. They have this cute stripe. There's 4 different colors. You have the same goal setting pages that you would have in the flagship. So you have the weekly actions, the monthly actions, and the quarterly assessments. You have them all here. It's a great companion to any goal setting system you have. In the back of this, you do have a little folder. They give sticker sheets that you can label the months and the days, and these are obviously used, but I think they're beautiful. The same great paper is in this as well, and nothing changed. She has an expandable pen pouch, which I do have. If you've seen these before, they're so cute. Hers is labeled here with Moxie Life. It has this is like plastic in here, so the pen won't leak onto it. It's really nice little teal. And if you've seen these before, you can keep it small like this if you're storing small items, but they also expand, and so you can put pens in there and it stands up. So I love that so much, and it's really, really high quality. This is like a corduroy almost, and this is like a canvas. The zipper is really nice. It's cute. And then another thing that she has that I'm so excited about are these daily, what are these called? By the way, this is going to be $15. And there's bullet washi and time washi. They are $5.50 and $4.50. There are magnet bookmarks that are $5, adhesive pen loops that are like a faux gray leather, and the magnet bookmarks are also faux gray leather, $5. And then this is the daily sticky note. This is the habit tracker sticky notepad. So this is the same layout as in the horizontal planner. And yeah, I am so excited just to have it on my keyboard right there every day, listing out the things that I'm planning on working on. So yeah, it comes in this little plastic. This is $4. There's also a daily sticky notepad. If you are interested in this daily planner, but maybe you're a weekly planner and only need daily planning occasionally, you can actually get, it will be this layout here in a daily notepad. It is A5, I believe, the same size as here, and it is $10, but you get 60 sheets. So enough for 2 months worth of daily planning. And yeah, and you know what? That 80 GSM is just fine when you're using a sticky pad, especially because, they're one-sided, so it doesn't matter if it shows through a little bit. But yeah, that would be an awesome thing if maybe this isn't something that you think you'll use every day. And this is an investment. So if you want to try it out for a quarter, maybe using the daily notepad to see if this is something that you want. These are all sold separately. You're not buying a set like the Daily Duo. You have to buy the year's worth of the Daily Duos. This one you're actually just buying a quarter at a time, or you can buy all 4 if you want to, but maybe you want to try out the notepad before committing. And she will be restocking these undated things. You also will be getting in every order one of the cute little vinyl stickers that you can put on your water bottle. I'm actually going to put this on my computer. This sticker says, "No one wins when you play small." It's actually a quote from Sierra, the owner of Moxie Life, and I'm going to put this on my laptop. I'm super excited about this. It's so cute, so small, and I think there are 4 or 5 different ones that you'll randomly get in your package. So watch for it and don't throw it away. So thanks again, you guys, so much for supporting my channel. I will have links for all these things below so you can purchase. If it is not the 17th yet and you're watching this early, I highly recommend going to sign up for that newsletter so you can be one of the first people to purchase, because I do expect some things to sell out. I hope not, but just knowing how it went last year, I am thinking that there might be some things that sell out, especially that floral cover seems to be a hot ticket item, and the dailies, I don't know. I know she's gonna be restocking these, but if you wanna start in January, definitely get your hands on the cover and color that you want. You guys, thanks again. I'm just so excited about this Moxie Life release. I hope you guys are too, and I hope this was helpful. Click on the links below to go to any of these items. They are affiliate links, but I would seriously appreciate your support, and I hope you guys have an amazing day and incredible 2022 with these new goal setting systems. Talk to you soon. Bye.